Here's a quick review on the Homegear infrared heater. Fantastic little heater. If anybody's been watching any of these videos, I made one on a infrared heater that I had repaired, and I put that one in my living room. The switch had gone. I'll explain why in a second. Why that failed, that switch. But these are all the same. These types, everybody just puts their name on it and just changes a little bit. They're all from China, but they're very good. This has a low setting of 750 watts, high setting of 1500 watts. And let me show you why. The first one failed. Just the switch still works great. And what happens with these is if you just turn it on, just right using this switch to turn it on, what happens is it's a plastic rotating switch in there, and it's metal plastic for each contact that it has to go through. And what happens is it arcs, and it eventually fails. It melts the plastic, and they all seem to do it. So the one that I repaired, I put a switch in, and it was just working on 1500. That's good for the living room, but in here it was just a little bit too much. It's just a small room, my computer room, and it was just a bit too much. So I got another one. This one I got on eBay, and I got a really good deal on it. I mean, there's some terrific deals out there right now. Uh, this one was $31.95. Regularly, I think they claim like $69.99. I don't think they were ever sold for $69.99 these, but and I think they raised their price to $34. I just looked at a little while ago. I looked at their page, and they're $34.95. But I tell you, well worth it. The first one I bought was very similar. And that was, I paid, I think, $59.99 for it. So this is how I use it. This is how I turn it on and off. And the switch will last forever if you do it this way. So it's on right now, right? I'm just going to turn the thermostat all the way down. Okay, the standby light goes out, right? Now I'm going to put it on 1500 watts, right? It's not going on yet because the thermostat's all the way down. Right, and now it's a little noisy when it starts up, but then it settles down. Yeah, it's got like a little tinny sound to it because the back aluminum is, I don't know, I guess once it heats up it just expands or whatever it does. See, it quiets right down. That's pretty normal. The other one does the same thing. Okay, so what I did by turning it on that way, I eliminated this from arcing in that switch, So if you get into the habit and turning, any heater on and off, that way, the switch is just going to last the life of the heater. That's for sure, because it's not taking any abuse, They're cheap little rotating switches, Like I said, it's round, it's like a clock, and then it's metal plastic, and when you turn it, if I was to turn this to 750, it would arc on that plastic, and eventually it'll melt the plastic away, and eventually the switch fails. On my other one, it got to be so bad I couldn't even turn on or off. It just melted, Okay, so now let's say I want to change it to 750. Right now it's on 1500. So what I would do is just turn down the thermostat, and then turn it down to 750, turn back up the thermostat, and you'll see it won't glow as much now because now it's on 750. Terrific heater. I tell you, I've had all kinds of heaters, ceramic heaters, I've used them all. And I tell you, there is nothing like an infrared heater. Do your research on it. I'll take my word for it. Google infrared heaters, pros and cons, and very little cons, a lot of pros. They just warm your bones. I'm telling you, just point it at you. And I tell you, this is a small room. you know, that I'm in. Small computer room. I got all my computers and stuff, and it's my backyard. It's a small room. It's not really, you know, it's not really that big of a room. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe a 12 by 14, something like that. Maybe 12 by 12, something like that. And if I just point it the other way, it'll heat the room. You know, it'll heat the whole room up. It just doesn't heat, you know, what it's pointed at. No, that's how they advertise it. But this definitely, I have what do you call it, thermostat, thermometer. I'm sorry, over there, and I got my inside and outside over here. I gotta know what's going on outside, and here's the inside, 74 degrees, 39 outside right now. Chilly day for April. And if I turn it off in here, now I've been keeping it on low. If I turn it off, it'll go down to 55 in no time, you know. So it really does a really good job. I mean, it warms the whole room up, but it really shines when you're facing it at you. You know, I sit in this chair 99% of the time here in this room, unless I'm doing some work at my work desk there. And this just like, you turn it on. If I come from the outside, I turn it on. 5 seconds, I'm nice and warm. Now the room isn't at 73, 74 degrees in 5 seconds. No, that'll take about maybe 30 minutes. You know, in a small room like this, it'll take a little bit longer. But for the most part, does a terrific job. I wouldn't buy any other type of heater. Yep, they're the best. It's like instant heat, and it, like I says, it goes right through. It just warms your bones up. All right, so that's my quick review. I'll put a link in the description. I just happen to be an eBay partner. It's, you know, and just make it easy, you know. Or you can just go on eBay or just Google these, whatever. But if you're interested, I'll make it easier for you. I got a link in the description, you know, right on eBay. And this came FedEx, you know, and I was very surprised. I got it, you know, within like, I don't know, 2-3 days. Came so fast. Yep, and such a good deal, you know, really, really good deal. All right, thanks for watching.